Kathmandu, as you all know, it's a high terrain airport, and also there is terrain all over the around the airport. So that is considered one of the riskiest airports to land and take off because of the terrain around. And according to what I saw in the video, there might have been there must have been a technical failure, say an engine failure or some other malfunction, or maybe the aircraft stalled. Stall ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ separation of the uh, airflow over the wings ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So I think most probably it is either technical failure like an engine failure or aircraft stall. That is what I think. But the final conclusion can be uh, got only after the DFDR and CVR recordings are recovered from the aircraft. Yeah, Nepal has always been a challenging airport. So for pilots, Nepal, Leh, Ladakh, and all these places, we have to take extra training. So they give us extra training before we go and take off or land in that airport. So mainly the challenges faced for a pilot into Nepal when we are flying into Nepal is high terrain. So we'll come very high on profile, and in the end, once we see the airport, we have to dive down. Normally, the descent angle for any other normal airport is 3 degrees. So that is like we descended 1,000 feet per minute. But in Nepal, say from I think about 15 nautical miles onwards, closer to the airport, we have to go down to close to 2,000 feet per minute, a rate of descent, which is a challenge when there is weather all around, when there is terrain, because when there is terrain, the winds keep changing. So that is one of the main challenges faced by the pilots when we land into Kathmandu. And when we take off from Kathmandu, we'll have tailwinds because since sometimes it is a unidirectional runway, so it will have tailwinds for takeoff. Tailwinds ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ we'll have winds from the back, so the performance of the aircraft will be degraded. And also with the terrain around, if there is an engine failure, we'll have an engine failure escape procedure. Normally in India, for any other airport or when there is no terrain around, if there is an engine failure or any technical malfunction, we go straight ahead. But here, if there is an engine failure, depending on from where we take off, we'll have to turn left within say 3 to 4 nautical miles with an engine failure. So all these things are very challenging for the pilots. I was based mostly out of South India. I was based out of Bangalore. I haven't flown much in North India. Most of the challenging airports like Leh, Ladakh, and Kathmandu are flown by pilots who are based in Delhi. So I was mostly based in Bangalore when I was in Jet as well as Vistara, and now even in Air India, so I'm based out of Bangalore. So out of Bangalore, I would say challenging airports. I have flown to Patna when the runway was 5,000 feet, which is like the bare minimum required for a jet aircraft, any aircraft you can say, Boeing or Airbus. I think it was 6,000 feet if I was not mistaken. So there, taking off and landing when the temperatures are very high. Like during summer, Patna temperatures can go up to 50 degrees. So with the high temperature, there is less performance of the engines, and there is traffic around. There is the winds are changing. There is thermals because of the temperature. So I think from what I have flown till now, Patna is the most challenging. But compared to Kathmandu and other Leh, Ladakh, and all these places, Patna is still a piece of cake.